This is the first
We didn't see this
we've
stage
seen
one
this
time
stage.
last one, Coney.
Exactly. I was just about to say, we haven't seen this
All
stage
right,
all day.
so
We saw some
it's,
small battlefield, a lot of Kalos and
Gio
some Smashville,
versus
but now
Nub.
it's time for Yoshi's as Packy Derm takes his stance in the back, trying to stop everybody from fighting. But Gio will not hear any of it as he racks up a lot of damage on Nub to start
3 and
things
4.
out.
I think we're all pretty much, I think everybody pretty much, if you compete in Smash, especially online, you know Ness is just such a debilitating character to have to deal with online. Like he is, and he's at just that small, tiny frame too, makes him that much harder to kind of catch him sometimes, but he's just so good at just stringing those hits together, as Nub is finding out, already taking 102%. He has Arsene, but it's not really paying off by any.
Gio takes out Joker.
Essentially on the head by that yo-yo, and see you later on that first stock. Easy play from Gio.
Just his little fingies, his little fingers on that one. I mean, I talked before the set about the use of that yo-yo off stage, but I didn't think it would go like that, as Gio just kind of taking off that index finger and Nub and gonna send him down careening into that ocean beneath the stage. Gio with a hefty lead to start things out and is really just running all over Nub early on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were told, prior to this match, the pronunciation is Nub. Well, he's playing like a noob right now. I'm just gonna keep it real. The way Gio has come out and he's just kind of throwing these haymakers right off the bat. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Thunder into the up
One
air.
more.
See you later. 2-stop lead at the moment for Gio. He is not playing around. My man Nub has got to step it up.
I'm wondering if this is another case of somebody that's just got to tear through the bracket as quickly as possible. Somebody who's trying to not waste any time. You feel me? Just trying to make it all the way to Grants quickly. Gio is just tearing through Nub here. Only 85% with 3 stocks. The pace has slowed down just a bit, I think, as Nub is sort of trying to take his breath and collect himself, as Gio is just throwing out these aerials constantly. Ness is just on an all-out assault.
Yeah, pretty much, man. And it's just been kind of crazy. Like, you just see from Gio, the spacing has been immaculate, and just the lack of respect for even when Arsene is on the board. He just continues to just throw out those hits and those shots and continue to bring the aggression right to Nub's face, who really, I mean, he is just kind of desperate at the moment just to even get the stock off, just have some semblance of an opportunity to bring this match back, because it is all but lost at the moment.
Oh,
Even the counter not enough to get it done.
yeah, that might have been the last vestige of the way to get back into this game, man, because it felt like that was a dying breath. Unfortunately, Nub just not able to land that counter. It is difficult because you could get crossed up by Ness with that up B, but you see Gio just so evasive, like you said before, able to use that small frame of Ness. Nub finally getting his hands on him, but doesn't have the KO from a throw. 147 on Gio. He's just not giving it up.
Jeez, man. 157 after the hit, and still it is. And not only the stylistic, but what a statement with the 3-stock opener from Gio. Yes, Cody, who you might keep an eye out for. I'm keeping both eyes out now for Gio, okay? My lord.
Yeah, no question. I mean, Nub there at the very end, you can see the desperation, the frustration starting to seep in. Says, I need to get this stock off. I don't care if you're at 147. I'm not waiting for you to get back on stage. I'm going to stop you. And because of that, Gio was just able to burst himself right through him, careen into him with that PK Thunder 2. And Gio putting himself ahead 1 game on Nub. Not losing a stock yet in this set, which is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to start off, right? It's all about, we always talk about, like, how do you want to kind of start off your tournament run, especially when you're in a top 4 situation like this. And it looks like Gio, he just told us in quite the most emphatic way possible right there. Our first seeing of Yoshi's story making its appearance, on the on the stream throughout the day.
Next round.
That was not the story to tell. It was all about Gio.
Byleth.
That's actually going to force Nub to bring out one of the swordsmen in Byleth. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little, I gotta be honest. I didn't know if the Joker was ready. But I'm not sure about Byleth. My experience seeing this character and this matchup in particular is pretty limited, so we'll see if Nub has anything new for us, or if Gio is just going to advance on to Winners Finals with one more victory.
Could be the fact, I mean, you look at Byleth, obviously a character with just like some, I don't know how to really just describe, like, I think some good utility, which could aid in just maybe trying to kind of slice through Ness's defenses. I mean, oh wow, that was a heck of a down there. I love that right there. So already you can tell just maybe even more of a comfort pick here for Nub going against Ness in the fashion. Tried to use that range as well. to perfection, but Gio just able to narrowly escape. But I already, just right off the bat, that Violet obviously
keep throwing her off
to be
the stage.
more formidable than what we saw last time with the Joker.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more range.
All
honestly.
right.
I think that Violet actually just is able to pierce through what Ness tries to do a little bit easier. So if you try to go for the PK Fire, if you're constantly throwing out aerials, I think that Violet's hitboxes will sort of go through that a little bit more. And Nub is succeeding a bit. Oh
no!
Succeeding more than
How
he
is
did
Ness
in the
gonna
first
handle
game
this?
early
Oh no!
On. The up B will not make it, and already Nub is able to take a stock off for the first time this set in the second game. We'll see if Gio has a response here.
Love what I'm seeing right now from Nub. And really, there was almost like no hesitation in the quick swap that we saw, because Violet did appear on that screen pretty quickly after the Joker was easily dispatched with them. This Violet, just getting that little bit of, just getting that good amount of range, being able to, as you said, Coney, pierce through a lot of what Ness is attempting to do, is clearly paying dividends at the moment, and could be what takes us to a game 3. So maybe that custom 2-0 start might be a little too comfortable saying is not going to be the case, and a little flub on the recovery. We know that happens for, you know, Ness and Lucas players every now and then, but seldom do we see it at this high of a level. So Gio, love now. You don't want to give up any free stocks. You don't want Nub coming in getting any kind of confidence, but I think that's what he's finding at the moment.
That was an unforced error, too. I mean, Nub didn't do anything to force that. Gio just off stage and goes a little bit too far out with the PK Thunder and is going to lose his life over it. Meanwhile, Nub doing a great job of holding advantage. Hasn't gotten much damage off. You see the neutral air into the dash attack. Nub has to find a way to close out this stock now, or at least to get a lot of damage so that he can close it out quickly later. Seems like he's on the right path here, as Gio is starting to reel a little bit.
A lot of big swings coming out from Nub. He knows the percent he's out. He's looking to maximize this damage that he can get, especially with a stock that could be fleeting any moment at 147. Gio, meanwhile, on the other side, is just like, please, can I get this stock off and get myself an opportunity to just do some of these custom Ness strings and combos to get myself back in this fight. Far removed from that first game, we saw Nub just looking like a different beast, certainly with a different character and a different approach that pays off. The 2-stop is going to end game 2.
Tied match.
Huge aerial there, no hesitation, says Byleth, and I have to agree, Nub with that huge aerial catching Gio off on the side, and Ness can be a little easy to hit out there just because the second jump is very telegraphed. A lot of Nesses will try to be a little tricky with it because it is a little bit slower, but it can be very easy to sort of wait out and then go for the hit. And you saw Nub just not even waiting. He just throws it out, perfectly places that aerial. And because of that, he's going to make it a game 3. So already not a 2-0 sweep across the board.
And there's layers to that too. Like, it's not just the fact that he was able to win that game 2 simply by picking Violet. He was able to keep himself so well engaged even after getting restocked, even after getting blown up in front of, you know, thousands of people watching right now. He's just like, you know what, it's not a big deal. It happens. Okay, that wasn't the character for me. That wasn't my game. Keeps himself well engaged and forces this third game. And honestly, just given how that second one went, you gotta almost favor Nub to kind of maybe just take this set, despite Gio starting things out so blazingly.
Yeah, we have to see as Gio doing a lot of damage early on, which I think we come to expect from Ness. Huge combo from Nub, using the Byleth bread and butter into that up B. Well done. Gio trying to respond back here. Very even match starting out, and I definitely think his Byleth switch was the right choice.
Oh yes, couldn't agree with you anymore. And especially that, you know, you're kind of keeping it back in your mind too, like as you pointed out, that unforced error on the recovery. But you know, there's still a lot of pressure that was coming well before that as well. So for Nub, like, he basically needs to just kind of repeat the game plan, and it seems like that's what he's doing, just kind of whipping and just tossing Gio across this stage, trying to get him off and just using this range that Byleth has, cracking the shield and certainly securing that stock. My goodness, Nub.
I believe Nub is going to win this.
Goodness gracious. You see Nub just taking it away, making sure that Gio knows it was not a fluke that second game. I mean, Gio did lose that stock due to the SD. Very unfortunate, but Nub trying to take one game all on his own. Doesn't fall into that up B from Gio trying to launch himself at him. So Nub, as long as he can hold on to this stock, I think he's going to be pretty secure in his path to winners finals, as long as he doesn't fall into anything crazy.
Absolutely agree with you. Okay, could be a big grab. It's going to go for the forward throw. And nice, stalling himself a little bit. Does Nub, very smart. Trying to make the most out of this stock. Wait, what? What the?
Yeah, I think the grab got broken and he sort of pushed him into the air. Weird interaction. I've never seen that, but I've seen that millions of times. Huge back air there. Well done by Gio.
Gio still with an opportunity to pick this thing back up, but man, you gotta credit Nub. Like, he is just not slowing down on the aggression whatsoever. Nope. Man is playing possessed out of his mind at the moment, and it is paying off big time. What has Gio got left in the tank? Okay, starting to get some strings together. This is where Ness can excel, but just gets swatted away. Again, that range of Byleth against Ness, so important and so useful.
Yeah, it makes sure that the forward air isn't as much of a threat. And because the neutral air is just so stubby as well, it's a lot easier to sort of threaten Ness, even if your intention isn't to actually hit him, just to sort of put the fear into him so that he knows that he can't just constantly drift in. Lands that aerial there, gonna get knocked by the Thunder, barely able to make it back with the very tip of that up B.
Both of them going for some haymakers there towards the end on the right side of the ledge, looking to secure these stocks. Regardless, that's how those higher percent, so it can be the case. What a confirm from Gio to get that KO. Wonderfully played. Was playing from behind and now in the lead ever so slightly. Very fragile stock at 132, but certainly Ness the character to really make something pop here, even in a state like this.
Ooh, all right,
they're
both stuck to
close,
one.
Though. All right, we're on game three. Final stock for both of these competitors. We'll have to see who wants it more, as right now Gio is running all over Nub. You can see him not landing the actual Thunder, but hitting the tail of it, and now Nub is reeling. He cannot get back to the stage. Gio just taking the up B again and again. Nub finally finds his footing.
More than obvious that Gio has found this momentum and he is trying to run away for it. Nub was in the driver's seat from the beginning, got the mean switch game 2 that allowed him to get the 2 stock, but Gio has come roaring back in this third game and snatches victory right
Gio
back
wins
from
the
Nub
match
to complete the victory. 3-1 to open us up.
So much momentum shifting in that set, too. I mean, you saw the seesaw back and forth. Gio was so strong at the beginning in that game 1, and then Nub started to bring it back, and just then Gio SD'd, and then Nub was ahead in the third game, and then Gio was ahead, and then you saw that. I think the game was decided. If we have the play of the week, the play of the game, whatever we're going to call it, that fight on the right side of the stage, I guess we're mirrored. On the right side of the stage over there on PS2, where Nub couldn't make it back, so much percent gain there.
That was crazy, man. Good stuff to Gio. And honestly, good stuff to Nub as well. Just having the confidence just kind of switch into the Byleth and not be phased all what happened in that first game. But Gio was determined.